Osseo will get the dunk at the buzzer. For the 8th time in school history, a Maple Grove softball team is going to state.
Welcome to Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. This week on the show, some great gymnastics and basketball highlights. We'll meet a Maple Grove boys hockey standout in our Sports Jam spotlight, and we'll talk wrestling with the Osseo Orioles.
And up first, a great matchup of two of the top local teams in girls hockey. Also happen to be two of the better teams in Minnesota. 6th-ranked Maple Grove took on 7th-ranked Wayzata. The Crimson shooting for a big road win. First period, Maple Grove's Lauren Stensley blows by one defender, jukes another, and snaps a shot home. It's 1-0 Crimson. The Trojans draw even early in the second. Sophie Urban finishing. Ali Scoro the assist to make it 1-1. Sam Stelgis wins the race to the loose puck. Her shot stopped. Becky Bilkey with the backhander putting Maple Grove back on top. Third period, Stella Retrum gets the puck in front. And Sam Stelgis buries the shot. It's 3-1 Crimson. Brooke Casibo stops 28 of 29 Wayzata shots in net, and the Crimson go to 9-0-1 on the season with a 4-1 win.
My teammates help me, they always are supporting me, but also I have to keep telling myself be confident, keep your hands out and be aggressive, just so that I can keep reminding myself so that I don't make a mistake, a silly mistake.
In prep wrestling, the 3 District 279 schools went head-to-head in an entertaining night of wrestling. Maple Grove faced Park Center in the first match of the night. Maple Grove starts fast with 3 pins to start, including Ben Schultz in the 120-pound match for an 18-0 lead. But the Pirates have improved a lot. At 126, Abel Vu with the far side cradle as he pins Eddie Kilgard. A big win at 138 for Park Center as Samson Oyadokin gets the takedown in overtime to hand Max Johnson his first loss of the season. 6-4 is the final. And at 220, Sam Pay seals a win for Park Center with a pin. The Pirates haven't beaten Maple Grove much in wrestling, but they do win this one 40-30. The Pirates faced Osseo in the second match. John Lundstrom gets near-fall points against Abel Vu on the way to an 11-2 win for the Orioles. It's 22-0 Osseo to start. Park Center battles back. Ismael Conte with the double-leg takedown on the way to a 10-4 decision over Jacoby Jackson. The Pirates are within 26-21. But Osseo is tough in the upper weights. Jagger Shack gets a pin in 11 seconds over Pay as Osseo pulls away for a 47-25 win over the Pirates. The final match pitted Maple Grove against Osseo in their annual battle for the Drogamiller Cup. The Crimson looking to win the cup back after Osseo won last season. It's mostly Maple Grove early. Max Johnson gets the takedown on the way to a 10-5 win over Jack White in the 138-pound match. It's 24-6 Crimson. A wild one at 145. David Grant gets the escape from Maple Grove to tie it late, but Malik Williams answers with a takedown to beat the buzzer. He wins 12-10. At 182, Aiden Wayne gets the fall for Osseo over Bryce Tiber to start a pin parade late in the match. One of Osseo's best is sophomore Jacob Meissner, and he pins Johan Rodvik in the 195-pound match. Osseo rallies for a 44-29 win to sweep their district rivals, and we'll hear from the Orioles later in the show. The Champlin Park wrestling team is looking to rebuild. The Rebels faced a District 11 rival when they hosted the Andover Huskies. At 132 pounds, Champlin Park's Alonzo Blanton scores the takedown as he wins a close 7-5 decision over Jackson Armour. The Rebels get a win at 160. Zion Jesse uses the roll to score a reversal and near fall on the way to a 9-2 win over Nolan Israelson. But it's mostly Andover as they close strong. Danny Reynolds gets the pin against DJ Miles in the 182-pound match. The Huskies get pins in 3 of the last 4 matches in a 55-15 win.
The Maple Grove gymnastics team is the defending champion both in their conference and in Section 5AA. The Crimson hosted Andover in the Northwest Suburban Conference meet last week. Crimson start the meet on the vault. Sasha Thompson sticks her landing for a 9.15 score. She later finishes second on the balance beam. Nadia Abbott on vault for Maple Grove. She hits for a 9.5 to win the event. Balance beam, a good routine by Grove's Lillian Bonstetter, scoring an 8.925. That is good for first place. Uneven bars, Abbott impressive again, earning a 9.175 score. She wins the bars and the all-round for the meet. And on floor, Thompson's the high scorer for the Crimson with a 9.4. Maple Grove goes on to win the meet with a team score of 137.7. Crimson are 3-0 in the conference so far. Another good team at Maple Grove for Coach Hoover again this season.
Yeah, they certainly could be in line to win another section title. They're going to give it a shot. Time for a break, but when we come back, highlights from basketball and boys hockey. Stay with us. Welcome back to Sports Jam, and time to talk boys hockey.
The Osseo Orioles were looking to bounce back from a conference loss to Andover when they hosted St. Louis Park in a non-con game on Saturday. First period, Carson Strike picks up the loose puck in the circle, makes one nice fake, and then roofs a shot into the park net. And Osseo leads 1-0. That's the score after one. St. Louis Park has a big second period. Avery Pittman to Benjamin Farley. He goes high with his shot into the back of the Osseo net. Park leads 2-1. They were up 3-1 after 2 periods. Osseo, though, comes back in the third. Rudy Runyon with the shot. Jack Pojar there to pounce on the rebound to score. It's 3-2 on Pojar's third goal of the season. Less than 2 minutes later, Caleb Manson puts the puck out front. Jackson Dwyer scores. That ties the game at 3. But Park would win it. Osseo loses the puck in their own end. Sam Berry picks it up and rips a shot into the Osseo net for the game-winning goal. St. Louis Park wins it over Osseo 4-3.
The Maple Grove boys hockey team is off to a great start this season. They look to stay undefeated when they faced Anoka on Thursday. Late in the first period, a good fight by Maple Grove's Grant Zick, and Joshua Giuliani gets the loose puck and scores. It's 2-0 Crimson after a period. Nice passing by Maple Grove. Landon Gunderson leaving it for Kyle Kukkonen, and he walks in and scores. Later in the second, it's Kukkonen to Henry Nelson, and he rifles it in for a one-timer and a power play goal. Tyler Oakland with the backhand dish to William Peeler, and the big senior scores as the Crimson roll to an 8-1 win. They also beat Centennial Saturday. We'll meet Kyle Kukkonen in our Sports Jam Spotlight later in the show.
After an 0-3 start, Wayzata's boys hockey team was skating for a third straight win Thursday when they hosted Blake. The Bears and Trojans facing off at the Plymouth Ice Center. The Trojans' Gavin O'Connell passes to Tucker Ness. His wrist shot beats the Blake goalie. His first goal of the season makes it 1-0 Wayzata after 1 period. Trojans goalie Garrett Bonello makes some big saves in the game, including this one on the Bears' Joe Miller. Keeps the score at 1-0. But the Bears do get on the board late in the second. Jack Saber gets past the D to score here. Will Svendal with the assist, and this game's tied 1-1 through 2. Third period, the Trojans will score early and often. Jake Keller gets the first shot. Hayden Davison alone on the backside to knock the rebound in. Wayzata's ahead 2-1. 3 minutes later on the power play, Ness with a shot from the point. A scramble and a couple of whacks at the puck out front before number 3, Dylan Lewis, sweeps it in, and it's 3-1. Davison would score again to make it 4-1. The Bears rallying late. Number 20, Miller from the high slot, shoots and scores here with just under 3 minutes to play to make it 4-3. That's as close as they get, though. A good game. Wayzata wins 4-3, and they also added a win over Eastview on Saturday.
Also in boys hockey, Benilde hosted St. Thomas Academy. First period and off the face-off, the puck comes to the point. Nate Schweitzer is stopped, but Johnny Woodford knocks the rebound in for a 1-0 BSM lead after 1 period. It's 1-1 in the second when the Cadets' Jackson Hallam sends it over to Tommy Deverell, who shoots. Will Soderlund cleans up on the rebound for St. Thomas. His goal puts the Cadets up 2-1. That's the score after 2. In the third, the Red Knights can't clear the puck out of their own end. St. Thomas takes advantage. Connor O'Brien finds the loose puck and scores. The Cadets go up 3-1. Benilde on the power play shortly after that, and they take advantage. Schweitzer's shot from the blue line is tipped in by number 9, Adam Marshall. That pulls the Red Knights within a goal, but that's as close as they get as St. Thomas Academy wins it 3-2.
Heritage Christian Academy reached the state girls basketball tournament last season out of Section 4A. The Eagles bring back 7 of their top 9 rotation players from that team. Their opponent last Friday night, Providence Academy, is off to a fast start this season. The Lions and Eagles tipping off in Maple Grove in this non-conference matchup. Early first half, no one stops Taylor Shuck on her drive to the basket. The Eagles guard nets 22 points in the game. A steal for the Lions here leads to fast break points. Olivia Clammer to Haley Honecker, who finishes with the layup. But Heritage starts to pull away. Annika Millar with an offensive rebound and put back for 2 plus a foul. It's 20-13 Eagles. And then right before halftime, Shuck with a 3 that beats the buzzer. Heritage closes the first half on a 16-2 scoring run. And they lead at 30-15 at the break. Second half, Kyra Miller trying to get the Lions back in it. She'll knock down a 3-pointer here for Providence, but it's not enough. Good entry pass from Kirsten Robbins to Jordan Allen for 2 inside. Heritage improves to 4-2 on the season with a 46-31 win. Providence is now 6-3 following a Saturday loss to Holy Family. Down 3 starters earlier this season, the Wayzata boys basketball team came into last Friday's game with De La Salle still looking for their first win of the year. A tough opponent on this night as the Trojans host the second-ranked team in Class 3A. Wayzata grabs an early lead. Cardi Bjerke with the shot fake goes by the defender and reverse layup. 7-6 Trojans, 14 points in the game for Bjerke. Cody Williams misses for the Trojans. The rebound tipped out. And the Islanders throw it ahead. Gajan White alone for the big jam, and it's 10-10. Amir Whitlock takes the handoff and gets all the way in for the layup, and an 18-12 lead for De La Salle. Whitlock scores 20 points for the night. Andrew Irvin pounces at half court to pick the dribbler's pocket. He glides in for an easy 2. The Islanders are up 37-25 at halftime on the Trojans. But Wayzata's not done. Williams drives in for the layup and his way to a 17-point game. Trojans within 8 early in the second half. Bjerke on the move, hits a tough floater, and the foul call goes against the defender. Big hoop for Wayzata. They're within 42-37. Williams attacks and draws the D before setting up Ryan Harvey for the layup, and the Trojans within 4 points. But De La Salle pulls away again. Evan Boyd rebounds, is on target with the outlet pass to Whitlock. De La Salle keeps Wayzata winless. 79-63 Islanders is the final. And Jay, one other basketball note, Maple Grove's Abby Schulte set a school record by scoring 40 points in the Crimson's overtime win over Rogers.
Yeah, she had a great shooting night from the field and from the line. She's off to a great start this season. Next up on Sports Jam, we meet a Maple Grove boys hockey player whose talent and leadership are helping the Crimson to a great start to their season.
Maple Grove's 3-2 overtime win in boys hockey Saturday pushed the Crimson's record to 6-0 on the season. The team is ranked 2nd in the state in Class AA. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet one of the Crimson captains who is the second player in his family to wear the Maple Grove jersey. Kyle Kukkonen shares a dream imagined by thousands of Minnesota high school hockey players each winter to play in the state tournament. It's happened only twice in Maple Grove school history. Most recently in 2017, when Kyle's brother Trevor was on the team.
It'd mean a lot. I don't think any of these guys have been there, so add another one. I think we've only been there twice, so make it a third time, hopefully. My brother's always told me it's the best. He loved it his sophomore year. And he always brags how he's got the high school state and I've got all these youth, so, a little bit of bragging rights within the family.
The junior forward is one of the leaders for the second-ranked Crimson. He's also a terrific skater and plays with high energy.
He's a consummate competitor. The compete level is just really off the charts. He doesn't, sometimes he just doesn't know when to quit.
Now pass comes out around, Kukkonen scores.
There he goes, he just has tremendous character. He's a great leader in the locker room. Kids really look up to him. He's a great student, and he just brings a lot of passion and energy to the game. He really when he comes on the ice, everything he does it with energy.
Trevor Kukkonen wore number 14 for the Crimson, graduating last year after 3 years on the varsity. Like Trevor, Kyle is a team captain and says he's learned a lot from his older brother.
Yeah, I'd say at the rink or just even at home in past years, kind of how he goes about things. And we had 2 great leaders last year, Trevor and then Tyler Kostelecki. So I was pretty close to both of them, so it was great to learn from those guys after their 3 years of high school.
The role of team captain is one that Kyle takes seriously, as he talks about accountability on and off the ice.
You're giving your best and in the locker room keeping everyone in line just so they kind of feed off your energy, so it kind of creates a nice positive environment.
And then backhander is good. 7-4 Crimson.
Just get the schoolwork done, get to class on time. I mean, we have youth in our games like before, so I mean, just kind of be a good person in the community because people look up to you, so you want to inspire them so they want to be Crimson.
Trevor is now playing juniors in the North American Hockey League with the Minnesota Magicians based in Richfield. The Kukkonens will be teammates again, too. Both have committed to playing college hockey at Michigan Tech University.
I think it's a great small town environment, so there's always games packing at the MAC. And then I got a lot of family up there, and my cousins attend there right now, both of them. So kind of grew up around there when I'm like around Christmas time and stuff. So it's a cool environment, and they got a good coaching staff, and I'm excited to go there eventually.
Michigan Tech is known for its science and engineering programs. Kyle has an interest in mechanical engineering. He's hitting the books hard now to prepare.
I put a good amount. I mean, a lot more than normal, I guess, or this year has been a little tough, but I usually set aside 2 hours or so every night, just grind out the homework.
This group of Maple Grove varsity players has enjoyed success on the way up, including as peewees and bantams.
Here's a shot and a goal. Pumped in.
Now they are skating toward Minnesota's top amateur destination in downtown St. Paul. Kyle has already totaled 6 goals and 12 assists in the Crimson's first 6 games, all wins. The team will play in the Tradition Tournament in St. Louis Park December 26th through the 28th. Jay talks wrestling with the Osseo Orioles up next.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. The Osseo wrestling team beating both of their district rivals on Friday night, Park Center, and then closing with a rally over Maple Grove. We're joined by new head coach Tony Castro and also Jacob Meissner, one of the top wrestlers for the Orioles. And you know, kind of your first taste of these rivalry with Park Center and Maple Grove. What did you think of having all 3 of you guys here together and having some good competition?
I like to say that it was fun. It was intense. I didn't expect the fans to come out, and I didn't expect the crowd to get into it as they did. So it was fun, and I enjoyed it, and it got me riled up. So.
Maple Grove took a pretty sizable lead on you guys, and then you battled back. You know, what was the feeling like on the bench? Did you guys stay confident throughout that?
Yeah, as a coach, you get a little nervous. Some matches didn't go our way. They were pretty close, but we knew we had some solid guys towards the end. A couple guys just came out and kind of wrestled and kind of surprised us as well, so it kind of worked out for us.
Is this good for the kids to get this kind of a test where there is some pressure, there is some fans, there's noise, and just having to wrestle through some good matches like that?
Oh yeah, it's I'd say it's good for the sport. It's good for friends and family to witness rivalries like this, and yeah, I think it's pretty good.
All 3 teams had some key wrestlers out, unfortunately, but you know, for your team going forward, how much you think this night will help to get some guys' confidence up and just to, you know, prepare them for the rest of the season?
I'd say it is a boost of confidence, but we can't take this and just settle on it. We have to kind of dig deep, and it's a long season, so we got to continue to improve and work hard.
All right, Tony, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck the rest of the season here.
Thank you.
And Jacob Meissner coming through with a big pin here against Maple Grove, and obviously this is a rivalry match. There was a lot of noise in the crowd and everything. How much fun was it to be a part of?
Oh, that was so much fun, especially with the lower weight guys taking the dub and the lead. I almost lost my voice. I was just screaming, so fun, and it made me so excited for the younger guys, because I know that's what motivates them, because they see that and we cheer them on and they love that. So I think that's what motivates them too. So yeah.
I think maybe more than a lot of years too, this is a rivalry between all 3 of you where there's some good competition. Park Center's improved their program. They beat Maple Grove tonight. They gave you guys a pretty good go. Is that kind of fun to see. I mean, obviously you're more concerned with what happens for your team, but just to see all three teams be competitive.
No, yeah, for sure. I know it's like sometimes like one team's like way ahead of the other. Like sometimes we're really, really down, and sometimes we're really on top, and they're really down. But I kind of like it being close. It gets you excited. I don't think I would have liked it as much if it would have been a blowout either way. But yeah, I definitely got into it, and that's what I like, a little closer. So yeah.
For some of your less experienced guys, was this an important night too, just to see what it's like when it's, you know, the spotlight's on and there's noise and it's, you know, a pressure-packed night a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. When we were cheering on that one guy at that close match where it came down to the last second, that's what I think is keeping him in the sport. So I think if we keep doing that with the lower weights and everyone and the new kids, yeah, it's definitely going to keep them going. And that's what wrestling's all about. You know, it gets you so excited and motivated, and it's what keeps you working. So yeah.
Jacob, thanks so much for joining us, and have fun the rest of the season here.
Thank you so much.
All right, Jacob Meissner, one of the talented wrestlers for the Osseo wrestling team, as they score big wins over Park Center and Maple Grove.
Don't forget to vote for the CCX Sports Play of the Week, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. Each week we post 4 new plays from the previous week for you to vote on. Go to ccxmedia.org, click on the Sports tab from our homepage, and then go to Play of the Week to cast your vote. And here is last week's winner. It came in Park Center's girls basketball win over Rogers. Lauren Frost with a behind-the-back pass to Adalia McKenzie for a layup. A great finish off of McKenzie's steal. Play helped the Pirates win and remain unbeaten on the season. Thanks to all of you who voted. We'll be right back.
Ahead to Frost, who looked like maybe he was going to have a layup.
Looking for local? Even more local? CCX Media gives you the option to connect with your community on multiple levels. CCX Create welcomes you, community residents, to connect and experience television in an exciting way. The free TV classes we offer will have you on your way to creating TV, and our wide variety of content can be watched at home or on the go. Connect to what's happening in your community. Visit ccxmedia.org. What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience. And as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home. Looking for local? Even more local? CCX Media gives you the option to connect with your community on multiple levels. CCX Sports brings you ultimate coverage in local prep sports with full game coverage of over 120 high school games a year with highlights and features on our daily newscast. Then, our weekly Sports Jam show gives you a close-up look at local athletes, highlights of local games, and in-depth interviews. Our content can be watched at home or on the go. Visit ccxmedia.org.
Our game of the week is a great matchup in boys basketball as Hopkins, the defending state champion in Class 4A, hosts Minnehaha Academy, featuring one of the nation's top recruits, Jalen Suggs. The Redhawks won Class 2A last season but are now in 3A. You can see the game live Tuesday night at 7 here on CCX1 and ccxmedia.org. It also replays that night at 10 and again Wednesday at 7 p.m. And that will do it for this week's edition of Sports Jam. Thanks for watching.
It's a big week of games ahead as we head towards Christmas. We'll have some great highlights for you next week here on Sports Jam.